Hey guys, okay, so kind of cleaned out in the perennial bed. We'll go look at that here in a second. We did get this edging put up. Like, it's not going to keep the chickens from getting in here and scratching, but hopefully it will keep some of the dirt in there that they've been kicking out. So the white mums are in flower. There's a yellow mum here. It's kind of a golden yellow. I don't know, everything looks really crappy in this bed, and it didn't look too bad, but the chickens really kind of tore it up this year. So this is a trashy looking backyard right now. You guys get on my nerves. Okay, so you can kind of see in here like the cannellini beans have really started showing out. I did actually go get some more broccolis to replace the ones that got tore up. And let's go in here since I finally cleaned it out. We'll go look at this. If I can do this with the phone. There we go. Alright, so close this. Alright, so we cleaned out this bed. This is my Loki bed. And we put in, I love this fall aster, it's really nice. So we put in a bunch of natives that I got from the Stephen F. Austin plant sale, and then I ran a tape that I will hopefully use next year. Right now we've been just like hand watering it. I did put way down there that pink passion fruit. I don't think it's going to have enough time to really grow big enough where it'll come back next year. So I may have to replace that. But all in these little blocks all along the front, those are blue-eyed grass, which will spread. There's some scarlet Celine, I don't remember what, scarlet catchfly, some phlox, a caryopteris, and a rough rosin weed, which is supposed to basically just be like a giant sunflower, I think. So, and then I put like a little coral sage right there in the middle. Anyway, happy about that. This is a bunch of zinnia seeds that have gone to flower, but I did get in here and clean out this, which the chickens had basically just scattered everywhere. And the problem with that is anywhere this breaks off and is sitting on soil, it's gonna root, right? So I was really unhappy about that. But I did clean this bed out, have not got back there. I can see it like rooting back here, and I'm just ignoring it for now. Like, I haven't got to the whole backside. These are on their way out, the zinnias. So I've just been kind of like this yellow one was, I yanked it because it was all brown. I'm just trying to let them kind of finish flowering. I have got a bunch of heads, so hopefully I'll have some seeds for these guys for next year, because they made me so happy this year. And cleaned out this bed. Actually took some leeks. They're called, what is it? Carentan leeks. I got the seeds from Baker Creek. I don't know if you guys can even see these little baby leeks, but they're teeny tiny. So this is a perennial bed, and the reason I put these leeks in here is because they are like a perennial leek, right? They will grow into like one main leek, but they'll also put up, if you leave them, right, little corms, I guess we'll call them, around the base of the main leek. So you can yank the leek, put one of the corms back, and next year you'll have another leek. But they shouldn't make like the bunches. Like, that is also a perennial leek, right? Except that perennial leek puts up stuff from the base really thick, right? A bunch of little bitty ones. And I was kind of hoping, and we're going to find out, right, that this will not be like that, in that it will just put up, be more like the Babingtons, right, where it puts one main leek up and maybe one or two little corms, not 5 billion, right? There's also some origeron in here that I'm left, this stuff. I love the origeron. It's really hard for me to get it to spread. Everybody's like, oh, to spread like wildfire. No, it does not. It does not spread that fast. So so we're hoping that will spread in here. This is chayote. This is a chayote squash. These are both chayote squashes. This is not. This is a loofah. And then I have had some of these guys. I think I left this one too long. It got too hard. Yeah, I'm gonna actually pop that because I want the soft one. Let's see. That's still good. That one's still good. This one's still, I should have left it alone. That one's actually got too hard. I can tell for sure. Like, so I mean, I could still eat these, but when you can't bend them, they're a little fibrous for me. I don't really care for that. So you need to get them when they're still bendy. And honestly, the way that this has been flowering this year, I'll probably get more of these zinnias back, even without trying too hard. I was kind of hoping that this cranberry hibiscus would put on flowers and I could get some seeds from it this year, but guys, look, it has gotten, that's the top. That's like 13 feet tall. So I didn't get any flowers. I'm gonna let it roll till it frosts, just in the hopes that maybe I can get some flowers and I can have some seeds. I mean, I could always buy more seeds, I guess, but it's just, I always worry I'm not gonna be able to find them or something, you know what I mean? But even if I do have to reorder it, like, these, you can eat these. They're like lemony, and I mean, they're beautiful. Honestly, even if you don't eat it, like, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful color. It's a contrast that you don't see everywhere. Okay, so cleared out this stuff as best I can. Like, I'm waiting to see if any of the stone crop just comes back, you know, and then I gotta yank it out if it does. So chickens did dig up my tarragon, so I lost that. I'm really kind of bummed about it. I need to order another one. Look, all that work and that crap came back. I gotta tell Hubs, he's gonna have to get in there again and try and dig that up again. Oh, it's so annoying. So these are Egyptian walking onions. This is a canna lily that makes like a starchy bulb. That is a pomegranate, which should make it through our winter from what I read. And that's my pear tree. Those are my perennial arugula. And I did plant a whole bunch of elephant garlic corms, and I put a bunch of multiplier onions in here that I had, but like most of them I don't think came up. Like this one's coming up, but the rest of them are not. So I don't know, they might have all rotted. We'll find out. Like in a few months they'll come up. They'll come up with the cooler weather. So I did not get back here to weed, so it looks terrible back here. Like, just looks absolutely terrible. And the chickens, I had a native blueberry right here, and they tore that up, so that's gone. So yeah, I'm really unhappy with the state of the affairs back here. The chickens just like, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't this, like, just tore up everything. So I am yanking the tape as I go, and we'll just have to test those tapes before I lay them back in here, because some of them had started to leak, and I think part of it was also because the chickens were scratching on them and putting holes in them. So anyway, the perennial garden does not look good, but it's still here, it's still alive, so there's still food in here. It just doesn't look very pretty, and it's a little depressing. So I am really happy about that bed though. Loki's bed is full of flowers, which is what I wanted. I always wanted it full of flowers, but everything kind of died. So these are all natives. They're all pretty drought tolerant. So hopefully they will do better. And let's see. Oh lordy, these chickens. Anyway, that's a weed. Hold on. Gotta pull it when I see it. Okay, so the bee bed, the bee flower bed, is looking pretty good. I have transplanted some, that's a gomphrena, and I did not plant a gomphrena. It just popped up, probably from some random seed I put in there. I did get a Fama Blue Scabiosa pincushion. That's about my third time trying to grow those, so I'm not really expecting it to live, but I want it to live. So this is my last shot. I'm gonna give it this last shot, right? This rose is growing up pretty. All of the like actual plants I put in here are doing pretty good. I'm happy about it. And I put a bunch of seeds in here, and those have started to come up too, and they should be stuff like cornflower and larkspur and stuff that will last through the winter here. So they have dug up so bad here, and also it looks like they've messed with my netting too, unfortunately. So I'll have to come back in here and fix that. But this is the Peggy Martin rose. So we had to put fencing along the back of this because they're not, chickens are dumb, but they're turds too. So they figured out they could get through these holes. So they got in here and tore up this bed again. Hey, Bubba. So I need to go get some raised bed mix and refill it back in. But I mean, the rose isn't dead. It looks okay. It's just frustrating to watch them tear it up over and over again. I'm giving up on the squash. I'm gonna take the cover off today, clean out this bed, just put it to rest for the winter. Let this basil finish going to seed, making seeds. So they have gotten back here and tore up a bunch of stuff back here, like the dirt, which I expect. I mean, they're chickens, it's what they do, but I don't love it. Like, this bed was full of beautiful plants, and the only thing that survived is the sage. So I gotta fill this bed back up with dirt. They've scattered it all over here. And I guess what I'm saying is I do like letting my chickens free range, but I immensely regret taking the oh, that one's always the hard one to get out. I don't know what kind of weed that is, but the taproot's deep. But I regret taking the fence off the chicken run because they've tore up the backyard quite a bit. So I do want to dig out these sweet potatoes this weekend if I can, just because I think it's time. I did most of the stuff I seeded in here. Like, I seeded, you're such a pretty boy. I seeded Swiss chard back here and yodfa here and spinach here, and all of it just didn't take. So you could probably see if you look real close, right? I put some Ailsa Craig onion starts in here. Ailsa Craig is not actually meant for my area, but what I have found, they make massive onions, by the way, but what I have found is if I start them in the fall and let them grow, they do actually bulb up early in the year, like February, when the days are just really short, because they're short. I'm assuming because they're a short day onion, they bulb up really well in my area. So even though they're not technically supposed to do well here, they do. So I'm pretty happy about that. This has gotten super weedy. This is cleavers, is what's growing in here, along with all these mustards that are growing in here as well. And I have come in here and started to kind of weed it, but it's a little easier when they get a little bigger. So there's grass and cleavers and some chamomile, so I'm leaving the chamomile to grow when I see it. And these are multiplier onions that I started last fall, actually, and so they struggled in the summer, but they're kind of coming back. So we have flowers on my ground cherries. I mean, I still have another month of before frost, and I've got some actual lanterns. I just want to, is that a bug? Guys, stay off it. I just want to eat some. Can I just have some this year? Anyway, there's still this like one feverfew really just hanging in there for dear life in that bed. This has been cleared out, and we put the rabbit poo on it, and it's pretty much put to bed. I could see some weeds I need to pull, but that's about it. Probably gonna yank the eggplant out, just because it's time. Like, I'm just getting in the mood, right, where I'm just cleaning out the beds and putting everything to rest. So I will harvest the last of the eggplants off of here, top the bed off, put it to bed for the winter, get all the peppers I can off of here. So that potato fell over, that potato came up. I do have some new stakes that I'm going to put here, and there's another potato that came up back there. That's where I put my other calendulas at the end of the bed there. And some artichoke just went bonkers. So there is a lot of nutsedge in here, and I mean, all I can do is just yank it, right? There's nothing I can do to keep that stuff from coming up. So I just pull it. That's the best thing I can do. That's all I can do. So I am waiting for some tomatoes. I will get like at least one harvest of fall tomatoes before the frost hits, which is all I'm really hunting for. And then hopefully after this weekend, all of this sweet potato vine will be gone. I'll feed it to the chickens, I'll feed it to the rabbits, I'll put it in the compost bin, and that'll be a good day. So let's see here. Tomatoes going strong. All that dead stuff is the old loofah vine. And I've got a lot of loofah sponges. I'm going to try and make some soap with them. I've got a rat in this yard. Like, I know that's a rat house. Like, I know that they scratch around, but that is a rat in my yard. Frustrated. Anyway, this guy's looking okay. But yeah, it's that time of year where everything's just kind of going to sleep and dying back. As a nutsedge. Oh, come on. Okay, so anyway, I need to get back there and weed again. Yeah, it's just that time of year. I'm ready for the chickens to go back up in their coop for most of the day instead of being out all day. But I probably won't do that till it gets cooler, when there's not much for them to eat. because everything's frozen. All right, so it looks sad, looks pathetic, but this is my rooting box, and we do try to keep it watered, and I mixed it with some potting mix and topsoil and some drainage holes down here so it doesn't get too full of stuff. So everything looks terrible. All of this stuff may die, I don't know. We're gonna give it a shot though. So it's cool enough and it's humid enough where theoretically this all could root. These are mostly easy rooting things like softwood blueberry cuttings, blackberry cuttings, fig cuttings. This I'm not sure about. This is, my husband wanted to try this with the honeysuckle vine. I'm like, he can give it a shot, we'll see. The Babington leeks have come in full force, very happy about that. The raspberry I planted over here I think it just died. Like it had some flower or leaves. All those leaves are gone. I think it's just gone. In here, all of those zinnias that were in here dropped seeds. So you can see all of these seeds are zinnias coming up. These are some celery. It looks like that's a rattlesnake bean that fell. And then I did put some potatoes in here that were starting to chit from the spring harvest. So those I'm hoping will just stay in the ground until spring. But if they come up, they come up. And they could just fight for their life through the winter. This is my sprinkler setup, which I need to drag a little further in here. So I know that the old leaves look ratty, but we do have new growth. I do have a ton of lima beans still. And honestly, this is still making beans. The rattlesnake beans look rough. They're still producing beans, which is really amazing, to be honest. So my turnips are looking good. I have some spotty germination in some places, but for the most part, they're looking great. These zinnias were just seeds that I swapped with a guy, and they're getting the, powdery mildew. So those will I'll probably yank those pretty soon. But that's everything for now. I'm happy. That must be a multiplier onion that I set over there last year. Look at that. I thought it was just one onion, but that's an onion with a lot coming up. That's a multiplier onion of some kind, guys. I don't know what kind. Don't ask me, but it is. All right. Well, that's it for now, guys. I will update you guys later.